G'day and welcome to Caldera's Refinery. One of my favourites, one of your favourites. It is one of everyone's favourites. And we've got a bit of a treat for you. We have SWAT versus FaHu. And what's interesting about this, of course, is that this is a best of 3. Who is going to win? Who the fuck knows? But I do know that I was really keen to do some more Warp Spider play after that one I did a while back, because I love the Warp Spiders. I absolutely love the Warp Spiders. I just think they're the coolest unit, and I actually really wanted to play Warp Spiders when I first started this game. It was actually the original unit back in vanilla that I used to play was Eldar, but I just did not have the micro skills for Warp Spider, and really you do need extremely good micro to be able to play the Warp Spider, because he is so fragile. I mean, he has hardcore DPS and he's got such great control, like map control. He can do some amazing things, but if you screw up for any reason and just are not on top of your macro, he can go down so fast, and that's just going to be the end. Like, let's see how quickly we get the reaction here. There's no point in hanging around there while they're in cover. He'll be charging in, and they do charge in, and this is what he's so good at. I mean, you can just take on extremely powerful opposing units. A well-microed Warp Spider is a match for a War Boss, unupgraded. Still, Orks are no slouches. I mean, Orks is what I would consider a fairly blobby unit. I'm not a big fan of Orks as playing against them or playing them. I do think they're pretty funny though. And we do have an interesting build coming up. We're probably going to see a Shuriken platform come out first rather than see a second Guardian squad, because we still have not seen a third squad coming out for SWAT. Meanwhile, and there's the Shuriken cannon. Did not retreat far enough. Gets the knockback, and that's going to be enough to give him time to retreat. Probably not necessary for a full retreat then. It's a little bit of a miss micro. And yeah, so we've got Shooter Boys and we've got Storm Boys coming out. That's well read by FaHu. Because I mean, we saw this just recently in the Tex versus Holy Hammer game. If you have Storm Boys in this case, but it was Assault Squad in the Hammer game. But anyway, those two units can absolutely nullify setup platforms. And what I would like to see is a second one, and there it is. So I think this is going to be a much stronger build. This is a very powerful build for Eldar, and with any luck we're going to see some action. I don't know where that shooting's taking place. Here it is. Not a big fan of this puke fucking green colour that he's got going on. Blech, gross. But interestingly enough, we have only 2 powers for SWAT, and this is because of the double shurikens at such an early time. But he will need to spend that rack and get the new powers as quickly as possible, because they really are ooh, not good. These Storm Boys are in trouble. They have to retreat out. That was a bad timing. I don't think he was expecting the second Shuriken cannon to be in position and wasting that jump. Instead of jumping on the Shuriken cannon, jumping on the Warp Spider itself. And bang! Did he just lose a squad then? I think he did. Yep, he just lost his start squad. Not good at all. And there it goes to show you the power of that cannon. And he has got tons of wreck because his map control is off the charts. And really, that's what the Warp Spider is for. I mean, that's what the Warp Spider is just fucking hot at. Is just amazing control of the map. And also, something that some people kind of underuse him for is the ability to disrupt setup teams and other sorts of long-range units, because he can teleport right into the middle of them, tie them up in melee and nullify their range damage. But of course, you can usually tell if that's going to happen because you can get multiple armor upgrades that increase the teleporting, sort of like the Apocryphy Equalizes' ability, like the timing between, shortens the time between you can cast those spells. Same with the Warp Spider, shortens the time between his teleports. Second Storm Boy coming out. Now, this is an interesting thing. I actually agree with this, but I have read many, little articles and stuff people talk about on various websites that double Storm Boys is a bit of an unnecessary purchase, and we'll be seeing. You can see this Warp Spider kiting around. This war boss is in trouble. He retreats. He does have the setup team. The setup teams were badly positioned, and he's going to be in a lot of trouble here. What happened then is that his second Shuriken team, while it was in the covering the first Shuriken team, was not far enough back that they couldn't just charge through and jump on the further back Shuriken team. That is a common error when setting up those double Shuriken team platforms. But of course, he does have the second set of Storm Boys, which kind of nullifies that tactic, which is why I think it's a fairly legit excuse to get double Storm Boy when you see two Shurikens. But the thing is, if he has any sense now, he's going to completely tech out of this suppression build and basically make those Storm Boys a lot less effective when they could have been something much better. Now, as for capping, one of the things about the Caldera Refinery is that it has extremely defensible natural nodes, which means they are usually fairly long games, and all the battle is taking place in power gen harass, which is what we're seeing up the top, and in defense of that middle zone. Once again, really smart work here by SWAT in capping this power out from his zone. He seems to be drawing attention away from his own power. So he only built 2 nodes, but he's been capping this one regularly to get that extra, as if he had built the second power gen. And at the same time, it's delaying the advance of his soldiers because he's stopping to recap. And some dead weight going on here. And SWAT is in tier 2. I'm fairly certain we're going to see a tanky kind of vehicle here. With this is not going to work out. They're going to have to retreat almost instantly and then jump, and again backed up by the wow, that was definitely not how I thought that battle was going to go. But that is a good example of I mean, if you're going to build 2 Storm Boys and then not use the second Storm Boy group to actually pound the front Shuriken platform, then what the hell is the point? Still, while all the battles are going on, we've got some good back capping, taking advantage of the extra Ork numbers, and out comes a Death Dread. You see, I got it right. Orcs have Death Dreads. I have been told this. In fact, I get told it all the time. Every time I say, Adat Orca or Death Dread, it always seems to be wrong, but I can say it quite comfortably. Death Dread, Death Dread, Death Dread. Fucking Death Dreads, because it's an Orc match, and they actually are called Death Dreads. So, no abuse for this particular match. And nice, uncapping his nodes. FaHu's being so good on the capping of the of doing the back capping here. And this is one of the few things about this map that people don't complain about, is that if you do get really strong map presence, you can bottle up the forces here quite easily. Going for the cap, this is not gonna go through, I don't think. he has got the upgrade. Oh no, this is actually a Bright Lance team. Somehow I missed the building of the Bright Lance and the Wraith Guard. I'm just not paying fucking attention at all. Bright Lance is obviously an extremely good choice since we do have 2 Death Dreads on the field. I'm not sure if they've been revealed yet. But these players seem to have a very... wouldn't be surprised if these guys play each other regularly, because they seem to have a fairly decent idea of what's happening before it's even happened. Now, the Wraith Guards are going to have a real problem, I think, with the 2 Storm Boys on the field. But at the same time, the Storm Boys are going to be occupied with dealing with these setup teams. This one is facing the complete wrong direction, which is going to be an absolute fail. Ooh. This one, it's going to go down. Boom! Bye-bye. And the entire Eldar squad is going to have to retreat here. And we're going to see some more modeled kills coming off this Guardian squad, I would say. No? Lucky. And his entire army is at his base now, except most likely for his Warp Spider, which is doing what Warp Spiders do, and that is back capping. He knows he's on the back foot here. The entire map is red, but he has got the double cap going on, because just to keep that wreck bleed to a minimum while he's recovering. Extremely good play. Let's get that. Is he going to get the hell out of here? Yep. Straight into more battles, and he could be in trouble here. Bash. One more bash. Where's the Storm Boys? No. Second Bright Lance team coming onto the field. Again, heavy setup play, and 2 Storm Boys is pretty much the perfect counter. I feel that FaHu really does have the better setup at the moment to deal with this entire situation. And boom, there we go. Good choice. And there goes For the Boys, or Into the Choppers, or whatever the fuck it's called. Grenade goes off. Those guys are going to have to get out of there. Wow, those Bright Lance teams are doing an absolute brilliant job on those Death Dreads. And what is he doing with these Storm Boys? I think it's time to retreat, fella. He's going to lose that. He's got one teleport. Storm Boy goes down. Not a good call there. In comes the Artak. And that could be the end. Oh no, it's even worse. It's a freaking Warp Spider squad. They should be instantly getting their upgrade to get them that grenades. That's like a slowdown grenade. And all of a sudden, out of the middle of nowhere, FaHu has turned this game around. He was looking like, not FaHu, SWAT, beg your pardon. God, giving credit to the wrong person. But yeah, SWAT just absolutely punished in that engagement. But the trick is now, can he afford to reinforce those squads that he just lost? I mean, he has absolutely fuck all on the map. So if FaHu wants to keep in this game, he has to get in there and get in there fast. He can't sit behind in his base and just chill out. He has to get back on the field as fast as possible, push his advantage before SWAT gets his shit together. I mean, he did lose a Shuriken Cannon and 2 friggin' Bright Lancers, but he did manage to do quite... well, gee, I mean, that's actually a pretty heavy loss, but it definitely seems like he's pulled out. I mean, he got his Warp Spiders out, and he did almost destroyed those 2 Death Dreads, which are going to be going down soon. I don't know, I think I'm maybe taking that bit back a bit. It did seem like a really big win, but now I'm really doing the math here, and I'm thinking, well, he's still fucked. But, we'll see what he can do. He's obviously able to pull shit out of the bag when he needs to. These guys straight teleport out. These guys are no match for warp spiders, and they're going to have to get the hell out of there ASAP. He's got the repair, almost finished repairing his first dread, and he is going to the dreaded tier 3, so we will be seeing knobs any second. And unless SWAT can really start getting some map control happening, then this game hasn't got much long to go. Okay, here comes a big concentration. He has got the lance set up in the back. There goes the suppression. Storm Boys will fly. Kaboom! And bang, straight on with the warp spiders to try and get down those kills. Them and the Banshees is going to put serious hurt on those Storm Boys, but they will be able to retreat out of there any second. Banshees, they get out of there. Storm Boys are going to go down. What the hell are you doing? Grenade! Grenade spike! Oh my god! Jesus! Where the fuck was the grenade spike? He's going to lose this squad. He had the chance. Oh. Wow. That was a real missed opportunity there by SWAT to take out the Storm Boy, who is pretty much the bane of his existence, and really start to bring this, well, which basically it used to be a setup squad build, is now it's just the remnants of that. That's right. Still no upgrades on the Warp Spider. Oh, and now we have a 3 cap, and this game is not looking good. FaHu is just absolutely raping at the moment. He's going to come and stop this power grab. Power situation isn't too bad though. Wreck is what he needs. And the Warp Spider should be in the back just keeping that, but because the Orcs have just such numbers, FaHu is able to split up, have one unit just on a constant recapping duty, and that might not seem very, exciting, but that is probably what's going to win him the game, like as in make it impossible for SWAT to really come back. And there he's camping out in the middle. Once you have the 3 cap, sure, you want to hold the 3 cap, but it's more important to keep this center piece guarded and guard your own natural. 2 cap is pretty strong, and if you've had a 3 cap for only a little time, you're way, way, way ahead. Awesome. I absolutely love these shields that people put up. People don't use them nearly enough. That's like 100% bonus. But as you can see, you use it and then suddenly you've got nowhere to hide. And this is exactly the way they're supposed to be used. You drop it, move up, your backup team hides behind it, and then you drop it and put up another one. Perfect, perfect. But of course, it doesn't help when your enemies are just going to come in from the side. This guy should be turned on more of an angle. I'm pretty sure that's only going to be giving light cover instead of super heavy cover, which is what they should be doing. And here's a big battle coming down. We're not going to see anything particularly fancy. He is going to put the hurt on. The Banshees do not get in there in time. He realizes to retreat them quick smart. Boom! Get some explosions off this time. Down goes one of the Death Dreads. Those Banshees are going to have to get out of there. Oh, down goes another squad. And that was just pretty insane little win there. Looter Tank is coming out. I'm not quite sure the reasoning behind this. Maybe for the on-field reinforcements. Oh no, it's a Looter Tank. Sorry. And looks like he's going to lose this squad. No. He might... No. I'm not a big fan of the tanks, the Ork tanks. I really think the tanks in general in this game are not as powerful as you would want. But this Shuriken cannon better get out of here. I think this is a King Shuriken doing absolutely fantastic work. Off goes that little grenade from the warp spiders, and that sort of slows them down. And this is a dead Death Dread. Boom, bye bye Death Dread. But with a tank on the field, and there is the concede. Not much poor old SWAT can do. Okay, so that is the first one. Let's see the next one. Well, let's get straight into this one. Ice Station Obelisk. And this is a pretty damn good map. I don't know why people don't like it. It's very, very similar to Caldera's Refinery, which is generally considered one of the best maps. It has this really contested interior zone, just like the other map, and very far out of the way VPs right in the corner. So unlike Caldera's, which does have this center map that has to be highly contested, it also forces you to split your units up, so you don't get that incredibly massive defensive posturing that you see in Caldera's. But to aid that, they've added these little choke points to the center area, so it's a lot easier to defend though. Still, this is game 2 of SWAT versus FaHu, whatever. And SWAT played very, very well in the last game, I felt, but he was just unable to really cope with some of the problems that were forced upon him. You know, he lost some early units and it was just unable to really recover. He went for a very, very strong, going to have to wait for the retreat after he does the knockback. He spin around and retreat. Yes. Looks like he's got reinforcing, going for that middle point, and we're having some backcapping done. Very, very sneaky using the war boss. But yeah, SWAT last game went for a very, very heavy setup team build, which is actually quite effective against Ork if you can pull it off. But unfortunately, FaHu really just outthought that and went for a double Storm Boys, which is a fairly unorthodox build, yet absolutely completely crushed SWAT. So it'll be interesting to see if he tries for something similar. This map is probably not as well tucked out, but he is looks like he is saving up power. So I would say that a Shuriken platform is coming out next for SWAT. Apart from that, it is the exact same build so far for FaHu. And here we go, straight into the power farm. Note that in this one he has put down a third power gen, while in the last map he was using a second cap to get that extra power. But it looks like this power farm is about to fall, and there's really not a lot he has to push this away. Come on, SWAT. I'm going for SWAT. I'm going for the Warp Spider because I love Warp Spiders. Warp Spiders forever. And I kind of think Orks are a bit newbie. Well, they're not really. I just hate them because they always beat me. But anyway, looks like FaHu is going straight for Storm Boys again. This seems to be... We'll see if he gets the double. And we do have the Shuriken platform for SWAT. Now this is not really going to be doing much help. The war boss is just going to charge straight in. He does. He's put down 3 entire gens again. This squad should stop and just range shoot this gen, man, and you kill it. Oh, what the hell he's thinking? Oh, it looks like he's going back to protect the VP. And you can see he's got his entire forces blobbed. So this is the time for SWAT to split his forces out and try and do some, you know, Choco Bambas style back and forth play across the map. Eldar does not have the power to confront Orks at this level, especially when they're blobbed. And because of the blob, it's up to him to split his forces and try and move around the map. But of course he has gone to Shuriken, which is not a very mobile platform, so he's already a little bit behind with his choice in build order. No third squad, fourth squad for him either. So I mean, are we going to see another Shuriken cannon? Is he going to go double Shurikens again? I hope not, because I think that'll be pretty short-lived. Again, the blob forcing off. Very quick reactions there, not to lose a single model. And you can see that there's a forward power farm over here. Normally this is the natural power farm for this map, but people do often put power farms down here because it can often be forgotten. People sometimes completely forget about this area of the map. And again, straight into the power farm. The storm boils will negate that, but he does have the Banshees ready to back it up, and the Banshees will win this fight at this early stage. But with the support of these other two squads, it's just this power farm is going down yet again, and FaHu really does seem to be in a strong position once more. Look at that wreck. Still no fourth unit. Going straight for tier 2, I guess, which he just clicked on then. And look at him just bottled up in his base here. Storm Boys are once again completely negating. That is not a Shuriken platform, that is actually the base cannons. These guys better get out of there too. And again, looks like he's going to steal his power, and FaHu is off to a tremendously powerful start. The Storm Boys are nowhere to be seen, and this is going to finally force the retreat, and he will reclaim his power. But for how long? Meanwhile, he has capped almost the entire map, except for this little node that he put on over here. I don't know why they're going for that node when they could be going for the VP down the back there. But yeah, I mean, his wreck income is quite low now. If we look at it's plus 286 to plus 290. Plus 35 to plus 59, and that just goes to show you exactly how important it is to keep your wreck capped. So while he was controlling the entire map, because he only had it for a short period of time, none of the wreck points were able to mature, and that means that you did not fall behind. And that is why recapping those points is so important. You know, like, you've got to get in there, recap them quickly. See, he's capping this, it's only worth 15 wreck points, which means that he's going to hold that lead, so they are unable to pull ahead even though he's got the map control. Something that a lot of people forget about or don't even know about. He's going to get the decap and get the hell out of there. He might wait for the knockback effect first, or is he going to go... No, he's just going to go straight back in. Tier 2 coming in for FaHu, and we still have not got a fourth unit coming out for SWAT, which I think is probably not the best idea. Going to take back this node. He has rebuilt the cap on top of it. You can see it building. And again, using that warp spider to such brilliant effect, just coming in, capping and decapping those points, making sure that lead doesn't get out of control. But unless he gets another unit and another unit quick, it's going to be a real problem soon. He has got the Storm Boys to back up, which will once again completely destroy that setup team. What's happening? Everyone's just sitting, hanging around, doing nothing. Warp Spider Squad. Nice. Warped in at the back. Warp Spiders, as you know, just DPS crazy. Looks like the game is on a little bit of a hold at the moment. Nothing seems to be going on. Here comes the Warp Spiders. This is going to make short work of this team. We've got leveled up Banshees and Spiders. And here's his chance to get these Storm Boys. They jumped in, but they did not jump in upon the setup team. They do not have a jump out. This is the moment. Can he get this damage on now? Warp Spiders, are they still there? Quick, teleport up and keep attacking. That's what he's doing, but it's going to be too late. They're still going to escape with 2 models. But absolutely awesome. Go SWAT, go! Go SWAT, go! And that is going to force him off, but still, they've got a 3 cap going on. The VPs are counting down, and this is not looking good. I would like to look at the damage. He absolutely crushed FaHu in that battle, and now is his chance. He has to get out there. He has to cap these things and cap them now. He's using his teleport to get around quickly. He's capping here, and he's probably sending one into the center, and he's going to do the 3 cap back. He has not got enough power to build another unit. Instead, he's doing some upgrades, which is probably a good idea, actually. His last game, he did not get any upgrades to the Warp Spider, which I thought was quite strange. I would think you should at least get whatever that increased webbing or whatever the fuck it's called that gives you super attacking power. Oh, just one thing, no, people have been telling me that they don't like me swearing in my videos, and I'm sorry, that's just the way I talk. There's the way I talk, the way my friends talk, the way my dad and my mum talk. And it's just the way I grew up, and I'm not gonna like fucking watch my language for a fucking YouTube video. So look, if you don't like it, just don't watch it, eh? And yeah, but that's just the way I am, and you know, so I'm sorry if you don't like it. You know, fucking grow up. Okay, so the 3 cap is on. He's already decapped with the war boss, and he's bringing out a war truck, which is a good choice here, I feel, because the Warp Spiders, they have such high DPS, and if he gets multiple Warp Spiders, they can put in such ridiculous amounts of damage that having the Warp Truck to retreat into the Warp Truck and then backing away with the Warp Truck is a really, really good way to negate that extra DPS. Real tremendously failed opportunity for a grenade spike as they walked up the staircase. Oh, go! Go! Look at that wreck. He's going straight for tier 3. I don't know. Those Banshees are going to have to get out of there, and once again he has pushed them off, but he again lost his entire power farm. Oh, Warp Spider goes down. Looks like he was probably not paying attention to it at that time. And out comes a Death Dread. We're going to see a Bright Lance again on the field. I think I would much rather see a Falcon come out, but I mean, he's got the wreck and power for it, so I think that would be a good choice. So let's see what happens. A little bit of a lull in combat. Everyone seems to be back at base at the moment, getting their recuperation on. What have we got going on for upgrades here? Not a lot of real upgrades going on. He does have everybody inside the war truck. He is coming back down to check out this power node, which has not been rebuilt. Bang! This truck is going down. Complete waste of this truck. But then again, these trucks are so cheap now, it's not really going to make a difference. Unfortunately, he used his teleport a little bit early there. Ooh, Autark call in. Absolutely brill. Nice. Bit of a pathing error screws him up, but still. And here comes the reveal of the Death Dread. And look at that. Absolutely decimating his forces. He's lost the Storm Boys. He's lost one of his initial starting squads and Suddenly SWAT is in a commanding position. The only really thing he's got on the field that can put a dent in him is this Death Dread, and even that is not going to be any match. Artak is retreating for some reason. And bye-bye Death Dread. Bam! Oh, FaHu, you are absolutely screwed. What can you do to come back from this? He's lost most of his units, and SWAT is on a roll, and now it's his turn to push into the base. Those shooter boys do get their suppression tactic down. He should probably decap that. Is he going to? No, he does not go for the decap of that wreck. I probably would have split my forces up and just decapped that plus 30 wreck. And FaHu is going in for tier 3. Looks like he might be trying for get saved by the knobs. Probably not the best idea. He's leaving his shuriken cannon back here to guard a completely unbuilt power node. He is building the cap on it now. But he does know that the Storm Boys have been taken off the field, so this shuriken platform is now a lot more powerful than it once was. And without the map control of his other units and the blobby units, I mean, his war boss is negated to just running around doing capping work, which of course does not contribute any kind of level up bonus. So his war boss is not going to be leveling up like everybody else, and that's going to make a huge difference. Okay, looks like he's going to set this up in the corner here. This is a very good place to set up. Remember, you can flank these things, but you can't flank when it's in a corner like this. You can see the actual arc, fire of arc completely covers that corner, so there is no way in. This is the perfect place to have one of these. And you can actually completely lock down this entire area by placing another one over here, facing the other way, and then there's nothing they can do, no matter where they jump. And yet he sees that they're in that position, and he just goes, nope, I'm having none of that. This war boss will not be able to take on all those creatures, and it's time to hit the power farm. That's exactly what he's doing. Look at the DPS coming out here. Smack! Insanity. So now FaHu's only hope is to do back capping around. He's getting a second knob. Oh no, this is a knob squad finally. That's what he went to tier 3 for. But one knob squad is not really going to cut it. Will these knobs be able to turn the tide? He should be getting the power axes or whatever the hell they're called ASAP. And look at that wreck coming in for SWAT. He really doesn't have any power. He could put down those power nodes while he has the complete control of the map. Would be the time to do that power node. But unfortunately he doesn't. He uses his teleport to get away, so he won't be able to teleport ahead and get an extra hit on that war boss. But without extra power, he's not going to be going into tier 3. Okay, so the knobs are out. Looks like the knobs just went straight through. They used their ability to not get suppressed and knocked away that shuriken platform. I guess that's retreated back to base. Yes, it is. It's just heading out now. Meow. Warp spiders are so awesome. And we have stick bombers. Oh yeah. Don't see these guys nearly enough. Stick bombers are fucking awesome. Absolutely love them. So it'll be interesting to see what he pulls off. I have seen some absolutely ridiculous stick bomber play about 3 or 4 months ago. There was this build that was quite big that used multiple stick bombers, and that was insane. Like, just like, you know, I mean, you think Kakachians were bad. So hopefully we're going to see some absolute stick bomber love coming out here from FaHu. These knobs are really not going to have much to do here. They're going to have to get the hell out of there, and the hell out of there now. Ooh, stun grenade. Spike grenade. Oh, look at that. Absolutely brilliant. Gravity grenade from the Warp Spider. So he looks like he finally got his upgrades during that downtime when he had all that wreck and power. That's what he was doing. He was getting his upgrades. He got the anti-grav grenade, which you just saw there. He's got the improved warp generator, and he's got the power blades. Absolutely excellent. And that completely negates that Knob Squad. Well, not negates it, but that really does put a dampener in the Knob Squad. And there we have the concede. Ooh, my phone is ringing. Okay, and here we are, the final game. 1-all, Swill Frontier. And it is the same group. Oops, the same group. We have SWAT playing the Warp Spider and FaHu playing the Warp Boss. And this is the final battle. And this is a strange map. This map has got a lot of places to hide in. We've got buildings all over the place. Look at this. So it's going to be very good for both these ranged DPS armies. We do have the Howling Banshees coming out, and this is the build that these boys have been doing all series. So it'll be interesting to see if they do any kind of changing up. Now is the time to change, but this is the third game, 1-all. It is not the time to try something fancy. You want to use your strong builds, the builds you're comfortable with. So we're most likely going to see the same kind of build we've seen in the last 2 games. And here comes the first confrontation now, but no one wants a part of that. He does have the War Boss to support those, so this is going to be an easy win. Those Banshees should get the hell out of there, and out of there straight away before they lose too much damage. You don't want to lose any models at this early stage. And these guardsmen are going to be in the same problem. Get out of there. And already his wreck is powering into the ceiling. And with any luck, he's going to be pumping out his next model. I'm quite eager to see. I really want SWAT to win this, and that's because I like Warp Spider a lot. As in, like, I just think it's an awesome unit, and it's one of my favorite units in the entire game. Is the Warp Spider one of my favorite heroes? I mean, and I really wish I could play it, but my micro just is not up to the task. So I'm going for... I know who I'm going for. Who are you going for? That's the question. Once again, this is both play... I have a feeling these players know each other. They're both using this tactic, which I think is quite cool. They are getting only 1 or 2 power at the beginning, and then they are capping another power closer to the enemy. Which, what this is doing is it's delaying counterattacks, because they're coming along. Not only do they have this to spot, but also the natural reaction is to push into this node and try and recap it, which slows down the entire forward advance of the opponent. And I think that's a very, very powerful tactic that I think I will start doing myself. Nice work decapping the wreck point here. And now he's going to go straight in and try and sneak decap this VP. Will he get noticed? Doesn't look like it. He is capping the bottom one again, and he is sacrificing true control for just sneak decapping. He does have the shuriken platform on the field, and we have the wreck saved up, and I'm fairly confident that we're going to see the Storm Boys come out next for FaHu. He's done it every single game, and he knows that this is on the field, so This is coming too. Those guys are going to have to retreat right now. Is he going to lose this squad? Oh my god. Oh, oh gee. That is so lucky. If these guys, they did have shooter boys on them. That is just insanely lucky that that went down that way it did. That should be a dead squad by all rights. Again, decapping those points. You saw in that last game how incredibly important it was to decap those points and not letting them mature to the 30 wreck, even though FaHu had pretty much had the entire map capped for most of the beginning of the game. He never ever really got ahead in resource count because the nodes never really matured. It'd decap them before they hit to 30, decap them, decap them. So even though he had the map control, FaHu had the map control, he never had the wreck advantage, and that was a huge bonus and really what enabled him to come out. And here we go, like I said, go back to your powerful builds, and we've got the double Shuriken cannon that we saw before. These guys have used their jump, so this is a perfect opportunity to try and get some extra massive damage in on those guys. They're going to have to retreat out of there quick smart. Does get one model kill. He loses his Shuriken cannon though during that battle, so that was pretty bad. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this double Shuriken play that he's been doing, especially when you lose the second Shuriken cannon so quickly. I mean, I understand that he was using it there to bait. His idea was like the longer he could keep the Storm Boys there, the better, but seriously, that was just too long. And we're seeing for the first time FaHu really splitting up his forces and doing multiple caps for the first time. He's been playing very blob-like in the last couple of games, and that really didn't serve him very well in that last map we saw. As I said, that map is specifically designed to split your forces by having VPs at the far extremes of the map and then a big defensible VP in the center. And he kept blobbed up, and like that was why that Warp Spider was just able to dominate through its ability to... Oh, terrible, terrible. He put that in the wrong position. That is actually... Putting it there actually means you cannot shoot over these rocks at all. So that wasn't very good. And now he's set it up out of cover. Not that it really matters because the Storm Boys are here. So a couple of misplays and we have a complete redoing of game one. It's double Storm Boys on the field. Maybe he doesn't know that that second Shuriken cannon was destroyed. Looks like SWAT's going in for a tier 2 early again. I really think he should be trying to get like a full squad out. I mean, should have a second Guardian squad at least, maybe like go Guardian, Banshee Guardian, then Shuriken would be a really good play. Delay that Storm Boy unit possibly. Get those. I mean, that's the thing. Like Eldar is just so micro intensive. Now he hasn't been using grenade spikes much. We saw some really good grenades in the last game, but compared to some Eldar players, you know, which is if you're not up on your grenade spikes, then there's no real reason to go the double Guardians. I mean, they do output quite a lot of DPS once they're leveled up, but they are, you know, a little hard to do. Using that fleet of foot and trying to undo that 3 cap, which is absolutely crushing him. But he's not going to be able to control here. Both these units are going to get forced off. Guardman is going to uncap, but this little squad here is just going to turn right around, jump straight to him, and he's already retreating. Again, hitting his power. Looks like he's going to go straight. Oh no, he is going to try and take out the nodes. I thought he was going to do a cap. And here, nice hidden from view. I don't know if he has seen these guys, but these guys are going to jump over. Nice. Surprise! There's a bunch of fucking Storm Boys here, man. Get the fuck out. Yeah. FaHu playing extremely well, and out comes a Weird Boy. Now there's a unit that we haven't seen in the last couple of games, and a real shame. Weird Boy is just absolutely dominating. That's I think it's called Spark or Zap or something. It's like an electric charge, and it can jump to units. It's sort of a bit like the Plague Cloud kind of thing, the Plague Grenade or whatever. Absolutely decimates squads, especially when you've got boom right in the middle goes the stun. Yeah, especially Guardian squads. And one of the things about Zap, which is very important, is that it does not dissipate on retreat. So when you hit the retreat button, you can retreat through other forces if you're not aware of it, and just spread that damage to so many units. There you can see it. Look at that. It's absolutely crushing. Look at it. Gibbed Ork everywhere. Chopped up Ork. Go Warp Spider. Weird Boy, one of my favourite models in the game. He's got a great animation for how walking around, and his death animation is one of the greatest as well. And here we go, double Warp Spider. About fucking time. Yeah, double Warp Spider is ridiculous. Look at that DPS. Look at it. That is just unbelievable. I really wish we saw double Warp Spider in his last kind of games. Looks like he's completely taken out his power farm. This isn't good. But yeah, this blob here, it's very, very, very dangerous. It is weak to attack, but it's able to retreat, jump around. The trick is to not overuse that ability. You want to keep that ability. If you can keep that ability till after they retreat, get them on the retreat path, and get those surprise kills, absolutely devastating. We do have a Death Dread coming out. I love it when the Death Dreads are on the field, because I can actually say Death Dread without being yelled at for being a fucking moron who doesn't know anything about the game. And look at them. So there's like a little wind-up toy. Check, 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 check. Awesome. I actually hate painting Death Dreads though. I think they're one of the most boring models in the whole of 40k to paint. Look at that. Double Warp Spiders. Where the hell have you been? There we go, and gets the... Look at that. Man, that is just fucking awesome. And they're going to have to retreat. Oh, Zap goes off. Oh. Almost gets the double kill. Wow. Seriously. Where have you been all my life? Warp Spider does go down while he was doing that micro to try and take out those Storm Boys. He almost got them. They went down. I mean, they're still only got 59 health, and they've been at base for a while. But it is time to move back. And it looks like we're going to be heading into a 3-cap yet again for FaHu, which is not that cool. Yeah, looks like he's going to decap there. FaHu forgot to recap that power node, which would have been probably a good idea, just for a small rec expense to slow down the recapping of that node. But yeah, SWAT's in no position to buy back his power anyway. Oh, Warp Vomit. How the hell did that even hit? Nice. That was a bit of a crushing victory there. Fortunately, his shuriken cannon overextended and ran into the blob a little early. You want to keep those guys behind, and he lost it. This isn't good. He hasn't been able to buy back his Warp Spider. He's got no power, and FaHu has the entire half the map capped. And looks like he's about to come in for the 3 cap as well. These guys are going to have to get out of there, and get out of there now. And the SWAT is definitely on the back foot here. I think the... Boom! Oh, if that's Zapped hit, it would have been a different story. But yeah, I think the double warp spider is definitely the choice here. But unfortunately, he needs more. He needs more. Look at the DPS those guys have. It's absolutely insane. But compared to this ginormous blob that they're about to run into, you know, just a couple of units is not going to cut it. Whoa, Zaporunski. Whoa. There goes the toss by the warp boy. Absolutely awesome. That always takes people by surprise. No one is prepared for that. Is he going to get time to pump the grenade into that? No, he's not. Oh, is he gonna... Again, still hasn't brought back his warp spider. Just giving level up, and oh my god, Banshees go down, and that is conceded. 90 to 391. FaHu dominating in that match, and that is game over. Best of 3. FaHu is the winner. Okay, well, very, very good bunch of games. Congratulations, FaHu, or FaHu, or whatever the fuck your name is. And I think that was pretty decent play. SWAT did some... I really wanted SWAT to win. Unfortunately, he just couldn't pull off that warp spider play. I think the double warp spider in game 2 is something that he should have been looking at for the entire series instead of going that double shuriken cannon. Save that power, get an extra Banshee squad, go the teleporting some warp spiders and just really run in. And as for FaHu, I mean, there is very little he did wrong. I mean, not many people agree with the double Storm Boys, but I mean, if they've got double shuriken cannons, you can't really say double Storm Boys is a bad move. Okay, well, hope you like this series. I'll catch you next time.